The little kitten cried sadly in the bathtub, pleading with the caretaker to let it out. Despite the kitten's cries, the caretaker stood by, unmoved. Next, the caretaker planned to flood the tub. Realizing the danger, the kitten tried to jump out, but its little legs couldn't succeed. Why was the caretaker so cruel? It turned out the lady found this stray kitten outside. The little one, eager for a home, climbed onto her before she agreed, then hid in her hat, refusing to come down. Since she already had a goldfish, the lady thought it might be nice to bring it home. Surprisingly, the kitten wasn't afraid in its new home, playing happily on the sofa. I wonder if your cat was like this on its first day home. Seeing a piano, the little one was curious. It roamed freely on the piano, not treating itself as an outsider. Luckily, the kitten was light. Otherwise, it might have damaged the piano. The caretaker would have turned it into cat food if it had. While playing, the kitten wandered into the bathroom. The caretaker, a neat freak about the sink, cleaned it after the kitten stepped on it. However, the kitten was oblivious and stood there, unmoved, no matter how the caretaker tried to shoo it away. This made the caretaker very angry. To punish the kitten, the caretaker threw it into the bathtub. In contrast, the goldfish was more obedient. When placed on the sofa to play with a toy chick, it didn't need supervision and played all day without wandering. The little kitten didn't realize its mistake and shouted at the caretaker, making the caretaker even angrier. Initially planning to lock it up for 2.5 minutes, the caretaker decided to extend the time. The caretaker decided to confine the kitten for 2.5 hours. No matter how sadly the little one cried, the caretaker didn't relent. Do you think the caretaker's actions were too harsh? Time quickly passed, and after 2.5 hours, the kitten's voice was hoarse from crying. It looked at its owner as if to say, "I know I was wrong. I won't cause trouble again." Seeing the kitten's sincere attitude, the caretaker picked it up. Surprisingly, the kitten became very clingy and obedient, proving the method effective. If your cat misbehaves, you might consider this approach. Seeing the kitten's pitiful look, the lady fed it some freeze-dried beef she had bought earlier. The kitten, perhaps starving, devoured over a dozen pieces. Watching the kitten gobble up the food, the caretaker felt sympathy. But I think after this lesson, the little one will become a well-behaved cat. However, the lady felt that having 2 cats was overwhelming and considered adopting one out. If you were given the choice to take one of these 2 cats, would you choose the mischievous one on the left or the well-behaved one on the right?